Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 and our 2013 mod playthrough. Tonight, round 14 of season 1, and we are heading to South Korea. And of course, when I say South Korea, I do mean Baku. It's our stand-in. One of two remaining stand-ins. We've also got the stand-in in Mexico for India still to come this season. The rest of the circuits are actual circuits. So, hello again. Let's see if we can pull off Mission Impossible and turn things around. We don't have much time left. We have 6 races remaining, including this one, to try and get the board to a positive enough state of mind to keep us around for another year. Next year, I think we'll be in a much better position. But getting to next year is going to be very difficult indeed. Despite our best efforts, things did not go according to plan in Singapore last night. We had a couple of safety cars that were not really that well timed for us. And then we had a red flag because Schumacher lost control of the car on one of the safety car restarts, taking his car out, doing some more engine damage that we really couldn't afford, and taking him out of the race. We managed to salvage 7th place with Jensen, which was a step up from our recent results, but it would have been nice to have 2 cars finishing well. Was not to be, though, unfortunately. However, going into tonight's race, we do have some upgrades on the car. We've got a new chassis and we got a new side pod on both of the cars, and it has put us in a position where we now have the best acceleration on the grid and slightly better speed as well in terms of top speed. So hopefully, given the nature of this circuit, while our low speed downforce isn't amazing, it's not bad. It's a shame we couldn't get the new wing in time. That would have really helped. But with the improvement to speed and acceleration, we should hopefully be able to do something tonight. You know, because we are slipping. Sauber are actually potentially a little bit quicker than us right now. So yeah, we're slipping down to number 6 in the pecking order of performance overall at the moment, which not good. So we will crack on and see what we can do here tonight. Evening Army, evening Wayne, hello to everybody else who is in the chat. As always, please do feel free to say hello, and if you've got any questions, ask away. We'll try and solve any issues that you might be having along the way. Last night was able to give a lot of good help and advice to someone who was hoping to try and understand how to use the setup sliders a lot more. So yes, you know, things like that. Any questions? Happy to see what I can do to help. So moving on to the car, as you can see, it's not great, but it's not bad. Speed is okay. DRS is okay. Both of those are quite important going into this next circuit. But acceleration is the best on the grid now, which is really helpful. Let's take a quick look at the analysis here. And you can see, there we go, best acceleration on the grid. Unfortunately, it's coupled with pretty average downforce and pretty appalling tyre wear. So we'll see what we can do by, again, the very top runners. They're going to be too strong for us unless they have issues. This is a circuit where you do get retirements. Quite a few retirements are possible around this circuit. I don't want to assume I want to hit that button there instead. What I want to do is pull up the track map. There we go. This is a place where cars will lock up and hit the barrier at turn 1. We do see retirements as a result of that. Turn 2 is notorious in this game for people running wide and hitting the barrier, or having a collision going side by side and bringing out a safety car or even a red flag. Not so much here, but occasionally. Sometimes we'll get some incidents here at turn 4. Don't generally tend to get many incidents through here, but we do sometimes get someone running a bit wide on the exit of 12, clipping the barrier, might damage the car, may possibly even retire it, but more often it's usually a little bit of wing and suspension or chassis damage. And then turn 16 here, at the end of the second sector, we do tend to see a lot of cars spinning out into the barrier from time to time here. So there are plenty of opportunities for our rivals to do something stupid, and we wholeheartedly encourage them to do so because it just makes our job a little bit easier. So let's get things underway. Target for Michael is 10th. Target for Jensen is 13th, which is just further evidence of how much our car is slipping a little bit. And let's see if we can maybe get a good double points finish here tonight. We can certainly do it.
Greetings from Azerbaijan, where we're back in the country's capital. The spectacular Baku city circuit will take drivers right through the city streets, from the narrow roads of the old town to the wide highway alongside the Caspian Sea, where cars will be fighting wheel to wheel this weekend. This is the last shot that McLaren's team principal will be given to prove that they can lead the team to victory. Let's get on with the weekend.
All doom and gloom from Crofty, isn't it? Right, let's start prepping, shall we? So, yesterday's incident has left us with a bit of an annoying situation with some engine wear loss. But we do have 2 really good engines for the remainder of the season. We're going to be sticking the brand new engine in tonight and hoping, upon hope, that Schumacher does not do something stupid. We'll stick with the 57, I think, for practice. ERS took a whack last night. Not ideal, but as long as we don't have another whack during a Grand Prix, that should be fine for the rest of the year. And that is not so good. We had yet another gearbox whack as well. So this one now is pretty much ruined. It's good for practice, and that's it. We do have 1 gearbox left, and that will last, again, as long as we don't have a whack somewhere. It's not a guarantee. Over on Jensen's side of the garage, things are a lot healthier engine-wise. As you can see, we've got a 95 and 100% engine still, as well as this 74. We're going to stick with... No, let's put the 38 in. Just, let's be cautious. Let's be safe. Because Jensen hasn't had much in the way of misfortune yet this season. And that could change here. So we will try and protect all the good stuff as much as we can. Let's see. Run plan for Baku. Baku's a very long lap. So we're normally talking about 15 laps. If you want to do 2 runs, we're going to leave 15 laps of fuel in. But again, we'll almost certainly be calling them in early if we need to tweak the setup. The window of potential setups is quite narrow here. That said, a minor tweak here and there can have a significant impact. So it's going to be tricky to nail it first time, but we'll certainly give it a damn good go. Right. Let's start then with... let's go with a 10 on the rear wing, I think, tonight. We'll try here. It might go up to a 10.5. Hopefully we can stick with a 10 and get a little bit more straight line speed potentially out of the car. We'll go with a 1.5 on the front wing. We'll go with a 2.8 on the roll bar. I expect both cars will be having a 2.8 roll bar. We shall see if that is the case. And then we're going to be sort of around here on the camber for both cars and somewhere around here. Maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little bit higher on the other car. But that's the kind of basic plan. In fact, I think that should be a little bit lower. I think I might stick that setup on both cars and then work from that. Because again, it's quite a narrow setup window. It's not like when we go to Abu Dhabi when the setup range is huge. There's a good chance that this setup will work for one, if not both, of the cars, at least as a very strong starting point, if not spot on. And then it should be relatively easy to tweak and adjust from there. So, let's hit the track.
Sessions should be starting now.
Right, out goes Schumacher. Is that Kobayashi I just saw? Kamui Kobayashi? It is! Hey, look at that. Kobayashi's getting a run at Ferrari today. First time we've seen him all season, I think. Is that Marciello? Rafael Marciello, I think. We've got Carlos Sainz, and I'm not sure who that second Red Bull reserve is. No one in for Mercedes. Corvus is in again at Lotus.
Radio check, please.
Can't remember who that is.
Yep, you're loud and clear.
Might be D'Ambrosio. Jerome D'Ambrosio.
Warm the tyres where you can.
Nobody in for Williams or Marussia or Toro Rosso. Is that Frins in there, I think? We've got Rossiter in for Force India. And looks like nobody in there. So let's check those names, see if I was right. Yes, look at that, Rafael Marciello and Kamui Kobayashi. We have not seen him all year. It's nice to see Kobayashi. We'll have to show you the headshot of Kobayashi because he's got the absolute biggest grin on his face that you'll ever see. It's like he's the happiest man alive. So remind me at the end of the race. We'll pull up his headshot in the in the driver list because he's just got the biggest, cheesiest grin on his face, and it makes me smile every time I see it. Ah, look at that. We've got Antonio Phoenix da Costa. That's who that one was. Okay. Kevin Koyas, and it was Jerome D'Ambrosio. So I was right on that one. And then it was Robin Frins, Rossiter. Excellent. I got them all right today. Ugh. Well, all the ones I guessed. I didn't know who that one was. Wow, he's done a lap already. Okay. Avoid the curbs and the walls as well, please, Michael. And let's speed him up. I don't know why I kind of sit side on like this. It just feels comfortable as opposed to sitting straight on like that. It just feels more comfortable to kind of sit side on and just kind of twist around a little bit. One of those weird little oddities. I think it's because I've got used to watching something on my second screen just there. So I'm sort of leaning back and watching that while something else is going on the main screen. Just got into that habit. Eventually the plan will be to stop using my TV as my main screen and actually get some proper monitors instead, but for now the TV does an excellent job. So it's just a little bit big and it sits a little bit further forward than I would like. Simply because of the size of the base or the legs, the stand legs that support the TV. I thought that was my two boys going side by side for a second then. It's not. It's a Sauber. Right, we've got feedback from Schumacher. try and avoid the hard tyres here, I think. I think the pace of them will just not be good enough at all.
Peak tyre temperatures are
They'll
good.
be really durable, but I think softs to mediums is going to be the way to go. Right, let's have a look at that feedback. 85. Ooh, that's further away than I was expecting. It's a lot further away than I was expecting, so we'll call them in. And we'll wait for Jensen. The goat Max Chilton instead of that time.
Any feedback?
Look at that, 84%
Understood.
for Button. So they've got the same setup and they're almost identical gaps away. So maybe the finished article on the setup will be very, very close as well. Maybe just a click of toe difference. Of course, there's every chance that the setup will be wildly different. Right, we've got our starting point, so we'll see where it goes from there. The pits we come. Let's take a look then. So not enough front wing, rear wing even. That might be all we need to do. Might need to maybe bump the front wing up a little bit. That won't be enough. On its own, that won't be enough. Let's move that to a 3.7. And we'll just leave it like that for now. But I think the 3.7 is going to be the way to go rather than the 2.8. Given that we need to do that as well. Maybe look at... more inclined to try that. There we go. And let's take a look at Jensen. Same again, we're going to need a 10.5. He's even further away. So again, we're going to go to a 3.7. And him, we're just going to leave like that. Oh, no, wait, that is not going to work. We're outside of the range there. So let's pull that back like that. So... let's bring that in to a 0.95. Yeah, a 0.95. Because we know that there's a 1% difference minimum in the setup, so that creates a 1% setup difference potentially. Yankee has a bit more luck here today. I don't know why his pace has been so much worse than Chilton's this last few races. I can only assume it's down to morale. But one thing we do know is that when a car, as I was explaining yesterday, when a car gets lapped, it completely ruins their strategy and their race pace, because as one car is coming through from the lead group to lap somebody, you have to slow, move out the way, and then depending on how close the next car is, it could go straight through as well. But it could be just as you're about to start getting back up to speed, you have to lift and slow right down again. Yeah, it might be smoother with the next car ahead. when that happens compared to that first car. You know, you can end up losing a huge amount of time just getting lapped by one or two cars at once. Whatever the issue was with Alonso's car looks to have been resolved now. He had that engine issue that was affecting his pace in Singapore quite badly yesterday. And that has been swapped out, whatever that part was. So, there we go. So yeah, we'll see what happens with his pace tonight. Should be back to normal. Should be theoretically pushing quite hard again. I really do hope we see a few crashes here today. Hamilton has a penalty, as does Schumacher. So both of those drivers on a 3-place penalty. Let's check Schumacher's feedback. 96, big improvement. So just maybe the front wing. 95 for Jensen. Once again, he's 1% less, despite actually tweaking the setup slightly differently. But we are making strides to lock this down. We're going to call them in, make some tweaks, and then we'll wait till the next session before we send them out. More front wing angle, but to do that and not break our traction, we need to bring this down to balance that out, and then let's bring that down a couple of clicks as well. Let's give that a go, and then for bottom. We need more front wing. Once again, that means we've got to bring that down. That gives me a bit of movement there, bit of movement there, bit of there. That might be it. Fingers crossed. Yep, I could actually cross my fingers. There we go. Fingers crossed. Evelyn Dino. Okay, Rossiter has a fault. That is, I'm not sure who. That's DeResta's car, isn't it? So that might be temporary. That might transfer some damage onto DeResta's powertrain for the Grand Prix. I really hope Kobayashi finishes top. No, he's not going to. Damn it. You will at least watch him close out the lap into the pits. There we go. Right, that is the end then of practice 1. Not a bad session. Started a little bit further away than I thought we would, but we clawed that back pretty quickly. Now we just need to see how we do in the next session, and hopefully it will be spot on with those tweaks that we've made. So into second practice, medium tyres for this session. I'm probably going to make sure we put mediums on again as well, so that we can keep as many sets of softs for this Grand Prix. Tyre wear is normally not very bad around this circuit at all. I mean, temperatures might push those up a bit, but the wear rate itself isn't too bad, just from normal degradation. So having extra softs is definitely going to be the way to go, as opposed to extra mediums. As I say, if we can make it through to next season, we can really get on top of our tyre wear issues and resolve those. We'll still probably be lagging behind the top runners, but we can at least make some good forward steps. Evening, Daniel.
And we want to generate some temperature for this outlet.
Meds. There we go. We are closing in on our feedback. Let's have a look. Oh, we're in the optimal range. That's 97 to 100. Is it 100? Drum roll, please. No, it's not. It's 97. So that probably means a front wing tweak. Let's have a look. Ooh, no, it's not the front wing. It's the camber. See if we are spot on with that.
Okay?
Ooh, we're great. So that's 97 or less.
Understood.
96. Did I see online that Lewis says he's not leaving F1 at the end of the season? No, I didn't, but I'm not surprised. I thought if he had a horrible run last year and a couple of years before that, this season, then yes, he would. But he's really enjoying the changes to the car this time around. It feels a lot more drivable for him, and he clearly still has a desire for chasing wins. So yeah, not surprised that he's deciding to stick around. I hope he achieves some success this season. I don't think he'll go anywhere else. I think he'll finish his career at Ferrari now. He's not going to end up going back to Mercedes. I can't see him going back to McLaren simply because I can't see McLaren needing, having a vacancy anytime soon. But I mean, it all depends on what Max does, doesn't it? If Max leaves at the end of the season, then it could have a massive domino effect. And we might see, for example, Piastri go to Red Bull, which would then open up that seat at McLaren. And maybe a homecoming for Lewis, it would then be something that's on the cards. Who knows? But I think he'll probably end up staying at Ferrari until he's done. I think that's the most likely option. Didn't mean to send him out on those tyres. I meant to send him out on new ones. Never mind. Call him in. Change those over. And this way, we'll hand back 2 sets of softs in the next session and have 4 sets of softs going into qualifying. So let's see if those tweaks that we've made are good. Can't wait to see who'll go down this weekend. Yeah, it'd be something if it was Spurs, wouldn't it? It really would be something. Not impossible. Still at risk. What's the goal difference between the two? I can't remember. Would a draw be enough for Spurs? Or are they on shaky ground with goal difference as well? Hey, we nailed it. 100% for Schumacher. Ta-da!
Any feedback?
Oh, with 2% away for Jensen.
Okay, understood.
That's hopefully an easy fix. It should be clear which way we need to move. Let's have a look. No, it's not clear. But I would imagine it's that. We're not going to send him out again to test. We don't need to. It's just asking for some kind of collision or crash. So we're going to sit out the rest of the practice weekend now. This session's done, but we still have one more to go. I saw that Southampton lost their appeal over being expunged from the playoffs.
Sessions should be starting now.
There we go. Yeah, let's take a look at the goal difference between West Ham and Spurs. So, West Ham's goal difference is, oh yeah, it's not good. It's minus 22. Spurs is minus 10. So, a point is probably going to be enough for Spurs. And we've seen some really strange things happen in the past, but I can't see West Ham scoring enough goals without conceding to overturn 12 point. Well, they need to overturn 13 points of goal difference. I mean, if they were playing each other and they thrashed Spurs, now then goal difference would be irrelevant, because if they won, that would be it. But yeah, it's highly unlikely that they're going to be able to score 13 goals more than Spurs do this weekend without reply. Spurs do get relegated, that would be an amazing fall from grace, considering, you know, they were you know, they were so strong just a few seasons ago. Yeah, I've just gone through the connotations there. A draw for Spurs should be enough, simply because of that vast goal difference. Right, session's almost over, which means we're almost ready for qualifying. Alonso's pace does look to be back to its best, doesn't it? Top of the timings at the moment. I don't know whether a slipstream around here is going to be the way to go. It will make sense in certain parts of the circuit, but I'm worried the dirty air will be a massive deficit through the castle section. And that we'll lose more time overall than we'll gain. I'm going to think about it. We might experiment with that on the opening run. The trouble is, it's very hard to get out behind a slower car. So, as we know, heading into qualifying, we have penalties for Schumacher and Hamilton. Let's see how things shake out, shall we?
Our weekend continues with qualifying, as the drivers fight it out for a strong grid position.
The session will be divided into Q1, Q2 and Q3. With the slowest 5 drivers eliminated from each period, their best times will determine the grid for the upcoming race.
Aston Martin's driver there, of course. How do you think they'll do today, Karun?
We saw some disappointing lap times from them in practice. It could be that the team were experimenting with the car, but the pressure's now on them to deliver.
And you're right. Well, it's nearly time for qualifying.
Right, we need to take out the dust stuff and put in the good bits. So, we're going brand new engine tonight. This is a risk, given the nature of how easy it is to wreck at this circuit, but desperate times and all that. Put out the best possible car that we can. I want to check. I don't think we've got any better wings, do we? We don't have the new one. It's not even finished being built yet, if memory serves, or designed yet. So let's see how we do in qualifying, shall we?
Okay, that's green light.
Track temperature 36.9. It's going to stay probably pretty consistent. Try doing a slipstream run. I'm hopeful we can get through with just a single run and that we won't need to go again. Who's that sneaking out behind us? Oh, great, it's one of the Saubers. Of course it is.
Warm the tyres where you can.
See what temperature they hit before we start the lap as well. I might even push them a little bit early just to see if we can get the button onto the back of that Lotus in front of us. Yeah, we're gonna go early to try and A, break away from the Sauber, and B, get onto that Lotus.
Use the pace now.
Yeah, he's a little bit too far ahead. I think. Ah. Yeah, he started pushing. He was too far ahead, but the gap between our two looks about right. And we've left the Sauber behind, so no slipstream for Esteban today. It's not on this one. Alonso and one of the Caterhams and Vettel Chilton. Although Chilton and the other coachman will not be in the way by the time we get there. Vettel might not be in the way either. Grosjean's coming up to the back of Alonso. He's a lot quicker than us, isn't he? The slipstream does not seem to have helped Schumacher so far. All he's getting is the dirty air, not the positive benefits. Oh, I just realised why. I'm not pushing the battery. Oh, what a twat. It's too late now. Evening, mic on. Yeah, Schumacher wasn't close enough, and the dirty air very much hindering him. So clean air is going to be the way to go. And unfortunately, we might need to run again. Oh, God, yeah, we're definitely going to need to run again. We're 2 seconds off the back of Gutierrez. We're going to need to run again. I am an idiot. Should have just let them run and not messed around. Oh, we're going to screw up Alonso's lap here now. No, not just us. Grosjean as well. Jean-Pierre pops up into 7th place. Raikkonen crossing the line. We're now 3 seconds off the pace. It's Chilton is 3.4. Oh dear, what a disaster to the start of qualifying here.
Copy, stop in front of our garage.
Absolute disaster. At least I got the setup right, 100%. Oh no, wait, it was Jensen's that we weren't sure on, wasn't it? Yes, 100%. There we go. Lovely. So we'll make sure we've got a gap between our cars this time. Somebody popped out right in front of Jensen.
And we want to generate some temperature for this outlet.
the Toro Rossos. Jean-Luc Verne. Now we're in a bad spot. The rest is going to try and overtake us. Hamilton's just done a lightning quick first sector. Spent the silly hours of the morning doom scrolling eBay again. I thought I'd learnt my lesson after yesterday, but apparently not. It's gone 10 in the morning by the time I finally fell asleep.
The tyre temperatures should be in a good place.
So Hamilton top, Rosberg second.
Obviously, there's bunching ahead.
Vettel didn't
You're
get a
good
great
driver on
run. Webber goes a little bit quicker than him. But we know he got slightly held up at the start of his lap. Right, this is going to be a mess for Jensen. We are going to try and punch our way through.
Maximum PU cooling.
Oh, shit. So Jensen's lap's a bust. Slower than when he didn't use battery.
Cool the carb.
An absolute shit show once again. Ah, and of course. Oh my god, this is just such an absolute disaster. What's the middle sector? Oh my god. Yeah, they're going to abandon the lap. So Schumacher improves to P4. Which looks great on paper until you realise that that's still a second away. And the Ferraris are out of position. See what Massa does. And you could argue the Red Bulls are out of position as well. And Grosjean's out of position. Massa goes second.
Okay, so remember pit lane speed limiter. Stop in front of the garage.
And I need to send Jensen again. Well, we got those extra softs, isn't it? Because we're ruining this set without actually doing anything at all. Qualifying already. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we get through practice pretty quickly, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, sometimes we end up just taking longer because I'm waffling about something. But yeah, tonight we got through practice pretty quickly, but we've still been streaming for an hour. Van der Gaard coming up to the line. Oh my word! I knew that they put some big improvements on that car, but what the hell? He is 0.03 of a second slower than Michael Schumacher. Holy shit. That is crazy. It looks as though if we do get fired, it'll be Marussia then, because Caterham aren't going to be too good. Jesus. Well, actually, they won't have that many points. Maybe he could actually go there and have a really strong car. It all depends on how they've researched for next season.
Temperatures are good.
All right, Jensen is hopefully, third time's the charm, going to set a competitive time here. Oh, and so, and of course, we get a Red Bull pulling out of the pits as we're about to come through. Without him getting in the way. Let's have a good lap this time. We've got one car in front of us, and that's Maldonado, who is also on a lap. So chances of actually getting a proper time in are high. Whether it's going to be competitive or not is up for debate. Oh, come on!
Red flag, no overtaking, Delta positive.
Why can I not get a lap in with Jensen?
Here we
Fucking
are then
Maldonado.
at turn 15. And ends up making contact with the barrier. Now their confidence will have taken a hit with that.
Oh my god. This game is conspiring against me.
Frustration from the team watching on the monitors.
Oh, Jesus. I just want to set a competitive time for Jensen. The tyres are down to 86%. I'm going to have to put a brand new set of tyres on now. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to send Schumacher back out. He'll be safe. But I'm going to have to use a second set of tyres here now.
Warm the tyres where you can.
Yeah, our luck is not changing yet, is it? Really hoping things would be nice and smooth here tonight. No, not the case. Everybody's out now, apart from Gutierrez and Bottas, Rosberg and Massa. And I doubt they'll be making their way out now because it's such a long lap. They haven't got time to get around now. Yeah, I mean, it's not like Rosberg and Massa needed to come out anyway. To be fair.
Let's go.
Neither does Valtteri or Gutierrez. So we'll get a clean run. Now, if Grosjean wipes out and brings out a red flag, then fantastic. End of qualifying. We'll be... Start playing up again, OBS. Another little disconnect, reconnect. At least we're getting a time in. And we're going to need it with Alonso and De Resta in the drop zone. There's a risk that even the Toro Rossos might be quicker than us here. So Grosjean finishes in P5. Button improves to P5. Everyone's going to improve a lot because the track will have ramped up a bit. Satil goes only to 13th. Ooh, that's a surprise. Webber's not having a great lap so far. His first sector wasn't brilliant. He improves to 11th. That should be enough. Alonso is going to look like he's going to go top here. He gets a hell of a tow. Who was that on the back of? Was that Charles Pic? Yeah, it was. Who else just shot up? Somebody else just moved up. De Resta up to 11th. Right, what about the Toro Rossos? Ricciardo goes to P11. Satil is out. What about Verne? To knock out Hulkenberg, that would be brilliant. He does. Hulkenberg is out. And Gutierrez did not cross the line in time to start his lap. Did he actually hit the track? No, he stayed in the pits. Okay. So Gutierrez almost eliminated as well. But, yeah, a bit of a dramatic qualifying session there. A lot more nerve-wracking for Jensen than it needed to be. But we are through. And we will move on to second qualifying. Looks like... There we go, it's working again. Yeah, it looks like those little disconnects that OBS had actually froze the webcam, so deactivated it, reactivated it. Here we are, we're working again. So, scrub tyres to start this session. Let's just pray that we actually get a good run this time. First time of asking.
Sessions should be starting now.
Nice, suitable gap between our two. Minimize any potential impact of dirty air. So now we just got to hope that traffic does not mess with us. Ricardo coming out with us.
Tyre temperatures are in a good window. You're good to open the lap.
Right. Apologies for the radio silence there. But just secured a little bit of set dressing merch. So that should hopefully be here for next week. Not a good middle sector for Schumacher. Lost 0.3 to Jensen, who is going to go top. Jensen does a 1:43.7. Let's see how far off we are with Schumacher. We're down 0.3 because of that middle sector, but pretty much the same in the first sector. Lost a little bit of time in the final sector as well. 3.5 is the gap. That's not too bad. We'll try another run on these tyres as soon as we get back to the pits. Let's see what everyone else does. We're quicker than Ricardo, quite significantly quicker. Rosberg is looking strong in the first sector, a couple of tenths up. He'll be mighty quick compared to us in the middle, I think. Up to that split now at the bottom of this hill. Vettel slightly quicker in the first sector. It's not that much quicker than Button. Only about 0.3 in the middle sector there, I think, wasn't it? 41.8 that we did. That's a bit more encouraging. Good to see that we've actually got a little bit of pace when we do actually get a clean run. Oh, wow. Look at Raikkonen's first sector. That's mighty. So Rosberg is 6.5 tenths quicker than Jensen. I wonder if Alonso is even quicker. Right, coming up to the line is Seb. Did we get in his way a little bit there as we were peeling off to go to the pits? What's that final sector?
Remember
He's
the
lost
pit
a
lane
couple of
speed limiter.
tenths.
Stop in front of our garage.
That might be because of us pulling into the pit lane. Alonso absolutely flying. Raikkonen's about to cross the line. Let's see where he goes. He is definitely quicker than Seb. About half a second quicker at the moment. And he ends up 7 tenths quicker than Seb. And half a second clear of Rosberg. But Alonso's going absolutely gangbusters here. Oh, it's a red flag. It's not going to count. Who's out? It's Bottas, I think. Yeah, Valtteri Bottas. So both Williams have crashed out of qualifying here.
Car in the wall.
As for the team back in the garage, that was a tough moment to watch.
Oh, you got to kind of feel for Alonso. He was on for a mighty lap there. I think if I'm very quick, I might just get out for 2 runs here. We will speed up their in-lap as well, just to make sure. And Hamilton coming out behind us. So yeah, only 9 cars were able to set a time. Alonso was meters away from being able to cross the line and complete his lap, which was an absolute barnstormer of a lap. And then he immediately had to abort and pull into the pits. Grosjean, Webber wasn't too far from crossing the line either. He was in the final sector, so he was just from, in this part of the track here on the run to the line. While we're completing the outlap, this is what I got while we're doing that first run. So I just had to process the payment on that. Not too bad for 13 quid, including delivery. An original Damon Hill Jordan helmet, hat. That'll go on the shelf and look very nice, I hope.
Tyre temperature's still okay at the moment. We're happy at this tyre temperature. We'll keep an eye on it.
Right, so we start the lap.
And drive straight out, drive straight out. The track will be clear.
Let's go.
Someone coming out near Jensen. And he'll get out just ahead. And so does Hamilton. Hamilton's going to get a big tow on us here, actually. So this could well put him top. Look, Grosjean a little bit ahead of Schumacher. He's just coming out of the castle section now. If we're not going to improve, I will abort the runs. Schumacher's found a fraction of time in the first sector, in the middle sector. Let's see what Jensen does. I think we'll complete the run, and then we'll take manual control. No improvement for Schumacher. Just lost too much time in the opening sector. It looks like Jensen's not going to improve at all because of Hamilton, who does get a big toe and goes second.
You are P5.
But he could have actually
Last
gone
lap
a
was
little
good.
bit quicker had he not been stuck in our dirty air.
I could recharge
In that
on and
final
box this
sector.
lap.
Jostling to try and get through. We're not going to use these tyres again, so let's just thrash the
Let's
tyres.
use the tyre.
Make sure we get back with enough time to get out. So we've got Mark Webber out, tucked up behind one of the Toro Rossos. That'll be Jean-Eric Verne. He's on an in lap, so he'll be clear and out of the way of Webber. Rosberg starting his lap now, as is Alonso. Here comes Grosjean. And he goes to P5. Both Ferraris currently in the drop zone. And we are just going to have time to turn this around and get out. There goes Vettel.
Pit lane speed limiter on.
Stop in front of our garage.
Wait, what tyre did I just put on? I click on the wrong tyre. No, that is the right tyre. Right, we are going to have to take manual control because it's a very real risk that we won't make it round in time otherwise.
Pack is high.
Just got to remember to actually turn the batteries on this time.
Suggest reduce a bit, lift and coast.
So Alonso completes his lap and does go top. Raikkonen in second, Hamilton third, Rosberg fourth, Vettel looking to improve, Webber on his lap now, Van der Gaard looking like he's about to jump into the top 10. Massa about to start his lap. Van der Gaard gets up to P8. Gutierrez might miss out here. So Sauber have gone from looking strong to all of a sudden looking like they're going to struggle a little bit. Is the traffic going to be kind to us? Webber improves to P6. That puts Schumacher in danger, especially with Massa out there. Good. It is an improvement. It's not a big improvement, but it's potentially important. Traffic at the castle. That's not good. Hopefully we don't get held at the end here. Button hasn't improved. No hold-ups. Beautiful. Clean run now to the line for Schumacher. No hold-ups for Jensen there. That's good. No improvement there for Jensen. Schumacher in the drop zone now with Massa having improved P5. No one else is on a lap below us, so it's whether Schumacher can make it through. Jensen is safe. Can we knock out Van der Gaard? Oh, just! I do mean just. Ooh, look at that. Very, very close. Just 63 thousandths of a second between getting through and being eliminated from Q3 by a caterer. So, out in Q2 then, it's Guido van der Gaard, Ricciardo, De Resta, Gutierrez, Verne, and the crashed Valtteri Bottas. Into the top 10 we go, but I don't know if we'll stay in the top 10, given that penalty. Okay. Time for final qualifying session. Again, Hamilton's going out early and getting a tow off the back of us. And once again, it's Jensen who's going to suffer as a result.
And we want to generate some temperature for this outlap.
We'll have a brand new set of tyres available for Jensen for his next run at the end of the session. We'll do the same with Schumacher as well. Hope that it will be enough. game has a really strange and annoying habit of not improving on the second runs, even with better tyres. Which goes against all logic.
Tyre looks stable. Good gap in front. Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Jensen is cleanly into the opening turns. How close is Hamilton? Oh, he's close already, look. He's going to start putting pressure on at the end of the first sector here. That's just going to slow Jensen down. It's going to ruin Hamilton's lap as well. But it'll still be quicker than ours. And then he'll no doubt try and overtake us across the line again. See what Schumacher does without that interference. About the same in the opening sector, but it's the middle sector and final sector where Button's really going to start to feel that pressure. Middle split coming up. Hamilton up by about half a second on us so far. No real surprise there. Right, come on, Jensen. Keep it clean. No horrible bits here across the line. Looks like we will keep Hamilton behind. Hamilton's going to get a hell of a tow here, though. Yeah. There we go. We end up 8.5 tenths behind. Right, what about Schumacher?
Well, that's a decent lap. That's a decent lap.
Jensen didn't really get held up too much on that run, which is good, if at all. But with the roundings, it works out to 1.3 tenths slower than Schumacher. All right, let's make our way back to the pits and go again. Alonso looking like he's about to set the timing screens alight. And he goes 2.5 tenths quicker than Hamilton. Rosberg moves up into second, just missing out. And just Raikkonen left. Here he comes. Down in the middle sector, down in the first sector as well, actually. It's good enough for P4, but he's half a second away. So it looks like neither of the Red Bulls have had a particularly strong run through qualifying at all this weekend so far. Looks like it's going to be between Alonso and the two Mercedes for pole position here. But having said that, a good slipstream run can make all the difference if your car is able to stay close where it needs to get that benefit at the end of the lap. I have to say, I am very curious as to how Van der Garde would qualify had he made it through into the top 10. And I do not expect us to stay ahead of Grosjean and Webber. So I'm expecting us to finish 9th and 10th here.
Speed limiter.
Okay, stop on the marks and engine on.
Okay, new tyres. Now we just need to pick our moment. Hope we judge it right. Four and a half minutes to go, and Vettel's gone early. And so's Alonso. I really hope somebody other than Vettel can win today. Don't think it'll be Webber, at least not based on qualifying pace anyway. Race pace might be different. Alright, there goes Massa. Too much longer. There's Hamilton. That's the last of them to leave the pits. So everybody's on track now. Some on an out lap, some on a push lap. .36.1 for Vettel. Here comes Alonso. Slightly quicker in the head-to-head. Let's go back to Vettel. He is improving. That's a pretty good middle sector as well.
Tyre temperatures are in a good window, well done.
And drive straight out, track will be clear.
So Vettel improves, but only to P3, so he's not going to be able to challenge for pole position. Can Alonso move the target even further away? Rosberg's not improved in the opening sector. Hamilton hasn't started pushing yet. Alonso not able to improve. Right, let's cut to Jensen, who has Kimi Räikkönen behind him. Hamilton now crosses the line to start his lap. Webber about to cross the line. Where does he improve to? Only to P7. He's still 8/10 away. Here comes Rosberg. Rosberg's not done enough. No improvement at all. So it looks like it's going to be Alonso's pole. Traffic ahead of both of our drivers here. Räikkönen with a mighty first sector. Tucked up in our slipstream here. Imagine if we put Räikkönen on pole position here. Gets through unimpeded. We might be about to just stick Räikkönen on pole position here. Oh, we have! By wow! Over 4/10. Hamilton's improving as well, but I don't think he's going to be able to take that away. Schumacher did not have a good middle sector at all. He got held up behind Alonso. So Hamilton in third place. It will be Kimi Räikkönen who will start this Grand Prix on pole. Alonso second, Hamilton third, Rosberg fourth, Vettel down in fifth. Then Massa, Grosjean, Button in eighth. Webber not looking quick this weekend. He starts ninth, and Schumacher will start a little bit further down. Hamilton will not be third. Hamilton will start in P6. He has a 3-place penalty, so it'll be Rosberg third, Vettel fourth, Massa fifth, then Hamilton in sixth, and Schumacher will start in P13.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway.
Baku has been the scene for some major on-track battles, like Vettel and Hamilton fighting for the lead back in 2017. Will we see more drama this year, I wonder?
Baku City Circuit challenges drivers like few other tracks. The tight section through the old city demands precision. The main straight, pure aggressive acceleration. And every corner is a challenge for tyres. It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Let's take a look at that amended starting grid then. So there is Hamilton in P6. It is Van der Gaard who gets bumped up into the top 10. Then Ricciardo and De Resta. Schumacher down in 13th. His target is 10th today for the sponsors, so that's still achievable. Jensen's target, I forget exactly where Jensen's target is. Let's have a look. It is 13th, and he's starting 8th, so he's already in a pretty good place. Let's see if we can maybe turn that into some points. Right. Do we 1 or 2 stop this? Looks like that might be the quickest option. But I'm not convinced. Those tyres are going to melt if they're pushed like that all the way through in these kind of temperatures. So I'm going to disregard the pace there. I think mediums to softs might be the way to go. The earliest we could get on the softs would be lap and be effective on those would probably be about lap 25. And we could even go to lap 30. Something like that might be a nice happy compromise. Again, it all depends on how we're running in clean air. It might be better to start on the softs though. Just thinking if we get an early safety car. Yeah, let's start on the softs and go to a set of mediums instead of a set of hards. I'm just curious actually. Let's have a look. So that's the peak time that we can do on the softs to hards, 1:29.25. Oh yeah, instantly quicker. Let's look at going to like lap 24. For Jensen, we'll go around lap 24 as well, but potentially coming in a lap earlier, lap 23. Let's do that. Fuel, we are going to put one extra lap of fuel in. If we get safety cars, there's no way we're going to burn it all off. So, might actually take a lap of fuel out, I think. I'm gonna go on the assumption that we're gonna get a safety car here. I'm actually gonna take 2 laps out, but you watch it now completely screw me over. And then be a completely clean, boring race, no yellow flags of any significance, no safety cars, no VSCs, no red flags. We'll see what happens. So, strategies are chosen. We've stripped a little bit of fuel out, and we've given our drivers their instructions. The start of the South Korean Grand Prix is next.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. The McLaren driver now fully focused on this race.
An encouraging grid position as they sit in P8. Lots to build on during the race if they manage it well.
Here we go. It's time to go racing.
Yes, it is, and hopefully it'll be a good one today.
This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, we're off to hopefully a good start. Schumacher's up to 12th, Jensen's up to 7th. Doesn't mean much at the moment, back down to 13th with Schumacher. Few starting on the mediums, most starting on the softs. So we're trying to fight off Paul Di Resta. We've got an awkward Van der Garde in front of us. Not helping situation at all. Jensen gets up to 6th. Can we hold that? Hamilton squeezes us. and retakes the place. Oh, Van der Gaard's out. Instant safety car.
There are opportunities ahead.
And it looks like he's taken out Paul di Resta as well.
Safety car deployed.
Oh, it's a red flag. Oh, shit.
Delta positive.
Ah, now. This presents an interesting option.
Try to keep temperature in front right.
I wish I'd started on the mediums. Because I could have just gone soft then. Could I take the hards all the way through to the end? Yes, I could. Should I? Probably not. But I could do. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to switch to mediums and basically flip our strategy on its head. Which is what I think the AI is going to do. We might see quite a few switch to the hards and maybe try it. But their pace will be strong for a while, but then it will start falling away towards the end. Yeah, so we are basically going to invert our strategy. And we're going to look to do something like that. Simply because we need to use 2 different compounds. Like I said, if we'd started on the mediums, which I very nearly did, we could have just gone soft to finish this Grand Prix out. But unfortunately, I thought I'd better start on the softs because we might need that extra grip. Right. And now that we've done that, this opens these windows back up again, which means I can now put these back into attack again. So that we don't get held up off the line. Right, let's see what actually happened to Van der Gaard and di Resta. Ah, there we go. Van der Gaard blocking di Resta, who is out as well. I see. So lock up and bounce and take out. Okay. It happened right behind us. We were lucky not to be caught up in that. We were very lucky not to be caught up in that. So, we need new tyres. Let's see what the rest of the grid does with their tyres. They might not change them at all. But I'm thinking ahead to a potential another red flag.
It's lights out.
There we go. Barely anyone has changed their tyres. In fact, we're the only ones who did. Everyone else stayed on their starting tyres. Van der Gaard's got a time penalty. Schumacher's up to 10.
Let's try and push up.
Jensen's got another opportunity to try and get past Hamilton here. We've got the slipstream in front.
There's still opportunities here.
Now, can we squeeze Hamilton in this corner like he did to us the previous time round? No, we can't. Can we stay alongside? Because that will give us the opportunity to get him into the castle. Oh, there we go. We've got him. Or have we? He might go very late on the brakes and come back around on us.
Good job, good job.
Come on. Shut him down, shut him down, shut him down. I hate seeing them go side by side like that through the castle because it's the most unrealistic thing ever. But there we go. We have got the position. Yes! Something going our way. 6 now, Jensen. P10 for Schumacher. Of course, we're now on mediums around. A lot of cars are on soft, so initial pace is going to be harder to keep up with. But we should potentially be a little bit more durable. Let's see how we do over the next lap or two. Let's go back to Schumacher. See if he can maybe throw it up the inside of Grosjean. So Hamilton having a look at Jensen. Didn't get him back down a bit. We'll have DRS now though. Another look, and again getting squeezed by Jensen. Very nice, good work, Jensen. It's a track temperature 41 degrees, starting to ease off a little bit. I'm going to turn the fuel down again at the end of this lap, I think. Realised Jensen's tyres not being pushed.
Go, Kate. Push.
Looks like I didn't turn his up and then just turn them down without realising. Webber's struggling again. Look, he's already a second and a half away from Hamilton and Button. I don't think Button will survive another lap.
Your recharge on is good.
Has forced Lewis to tuck him behind again. Again, we're able to hold him off. This is good stuff. Very good stuff. I think it's just a matter of time, though, for Lewis to get the move done on us. Might happen here.
DRS.
We gradually shut that door again. Raikkonen now. No, not Raikkonen. Grosjean having a look at Webber. Schumacher's slipping away a little bit. Grosjean's through, has the inside line. Webber's going to get the DRS and take the place back, though. You also get that slipstream off the back of Hamilton, and this time Hamilton is close. And he is able to squeeze on through. That's been coming. That's been coming. It's probably a little bit better for our race overall
1.5.
if Hamilton is ahead of us. And then we try and stay with him rather than going slow to try and keep him behind. Got to think of the bigger picture. Sometimes it's faster to let cars through and then keep your own race in mind. Let's burn hard to try and get back in range again.
Let's keep pushing up to cars ahead.
Pack is low.
Might get him. Yes, we've got the DRS, which is good because we're out of battery.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
And we've got Schumacher back onto Grosjean and Webber as well.
Recharge on.
This time we didn't lose it. Ah, we lost it. Hoping we'd be close enough that we could stay in Harvest for this straight
Recharge
as well.
on.
Never mind. So where do you think I'm going to fall? When do you think I'm going to finish today? As Maldonado has a fault. In the finest traditions of TV polls, answers on a postcard. Showing my age once again. As if the grey in my beard didn't give things away a little bit. We are starting to slip pace-wise a little bit. Webber's pushed back up onto Jensen. Grosjean's right there as well. The soft tyres are quicker than us at the moment. But Webber's going to find it difficult to get past Jensen. Not impossible, but difficult. He hasn't looked that quick. In the grand scheme of things. And the dirty air is going to make it very hard to get through. Outside of the run to turn 1. Or turn 3. Everywhere else, it's going to be nigh on impossible. 8 laps down, onto the beginning of lap 9. Alonso leads Rosberg by just under 3 seconds. Then it's Raikkonen in third, right there with Rosberg. Little gap to Massa and Vettel in fourth and fifth. Hamilton about 4 seconds behind in sixth. Jensen slipping a little bit further away, 3.5 seconds to gap now, partly because of Hamilton's pace, partly because we've got Webber putting some pressure again. Grosjean is dropping back just a touch, and Schumacher is just out of DRS range at the moment in 10th. And then we've got a little gap back to the two Toro Rossos, Ricardo and Verne. Then it's the two Saubers of Hulkenberg and Gutierrez. Charpie is in 15th place to 16th, 17th and 18th, the two Williams cars, 19th and 20th, the two Marussias of Chilton and Grandin. And then it's Van der Gaard and De Resta out. And real missed opportunity here for Caterham because Van der Gaard looked very quick in Q2. Renault engine's kind of good this year. This was the last good year for Renault. They haven't been competitive since, not really. They got it very wrong at the start of the turbo hybrid era in 2014, and have never ever got back to best engine
He's
position
got a
since.
yellow flag here.
Chilton's crashed.
So let's follow the action going into turn 12.
And this
The
is exactly
car
what I
makes
said.
contact.
You'd see
That
cars
will have
drift
knocked their
wide on the
confidence,
exit
I'm
of
sure.
the castle section there, not that corner. That very much proved to be the case. Vettel gets past Massa. Vettel up to fourth now. Jensen coming under pressure. Once again from Mark Webber. Yeah, Renault had periods of very, very strong engines all the way through till 2013, and then after that they've been terrible, and now they're not even in the sport again. But I mean, the Renault engines were pretty good in the 80s, but the Hondas were mighty as well. Probably the best engine, especially in the McLaren's hands. The Ferrari wasn't too bad. Ferrari using a V12 in the late 80s, early 90s. And then, of course, Renault and Williams worked really strongly as a combination. Williams has moved to Renault from Honda. And they were strong but unreliable as a car in 1991. 92, they walked it. 93, they walked it. 94 was the year that they lost Senna, and that was the beginning of Benetton really, becoming very fast. But 94, they were also under suspicion of being very, very illegal with start technology hidden in the car. But that was the Benetton Ford. It was Williams Renault again in 96 and 97. And then they were there or thereabouts for a little while. They pulled out for a bit, came back again. They never really hit the highs of the 90s and again until the partnership with Red Bull came to fruition in 2010 to 2013.
Currently P7.
But they were pretty competitive in 2009 as well, the year Button won the title. They didn't get the best start of the year, down to aero more than the engine.
0.4.
And then once that was kind of resolved, Red Bull finished very strongly in 2009. But yeah, Renault did have a couple of years in the mid-2000s, 2005, 2006, where they won the title with Alonso. a look at on tyres. We can be a bit more aggressive with the tyres while the track is a
We
little
want
cooler.
maximum pace.
But yeah, as I say, 2014 onwards, it went downhill quickly. And there was that very, very public spat between Renault and Christian Horner. You know, where they very publicly criticised the Renault engine repeatedly as well. And then Renault cancelled their partnership with Red Bull.
Tyre
And left
temperature
Red Bull
management is
scrambling
very
for a
good.
little while before they ended up signing with Honda, who'd just left McLaren. So they had a final year where just one car was the Toro Rosso, was the car that ran the Honda engine. And they had one final year running Renault engines, but they were rebadged as Tag Heuer engines. Rather than actually badged as officially as Renault engines.
Oh, we've had a crash.
Oh, Jules Bianchi's crashed.
Now
That's
this
both
was on the
Marissa's
straight.
in the wall this weekend so far then.
Just flies into that crash.
Ooh, we
And all
nearly
it can
took a
take
teammate
is
out.
one mistake, one momentary lapse of concentration.
And then the following season, Honda teamed up with Red Bull as well as Toro Rosso. They basically used Toro Rosso as a guinea pig for a year before they moved over as well. But the spat, the fallout between Renault and Red Bull was very acrimonious and very public. Then a couple of years later, Renault rebranded as Alpine. And then last year, they quit completely. And it's just a team name now with Mercedes engines this year. Right, through goes Webber. Well, that was pretty convincing. Pretty comprehensive overtake there.
No hob done.
Recharge on, please.
Focus on recharge.
Evening, Mike. And Bianchi's into the pits after that brush with the wall. Looks like they've got a fresh wing waiting for him. And a new set of soft tyres for Bianchi. So Bianchi's stopping again.
Okay, recharge on is good. Focus on recharge. He has DRS. Pack is high. Recharge on is good.
Lap 14, Alonso now nearly 6 seconds clear of Raikkonen and Rosberg. Those two still glued together. Vettel has joined them as well now, so we've got 3 cars fighting for second place at the moment. There they are. Massa's a couple of seconds back in 5th, then Hamilton's nearly with them as well. Webber now 6.5 seconds behind, but ahead of us in P8. We're trying to keep up with him. We'll probably try and punch our way back through again soon. For now, we'll let Webber do the heavy lifting for us. I'm going to start punching Schumacher forward a bit, get him onto Grosjean. I'm about to lose the back of Webber, and I don't want that to happen.
Overtake available. Recharge on.
Ever play a roleplay server on Red Dead? No. I mean, I played Red Dead 2 online. It was boring for the most part because, you know, there was always that inherent... Again, it was like GTA Online. You could never really do the stuff that would make you the money because there were always trolls in every server. So most of the time, you know, unless you were able to get a posse going, you know, just delivering moonshine became a real problem. So I just, I stopped playing. There wasn't enough to do on Red Dead Online either.
Recharge on.
But I have been toying with the idea of going back and playing the actual storyline again. I haven't played it for a few years now. But no, I never got involved in a roleplay server before. I figured there would be some out there. There were definitely like GTA roleplay servers out there. Oh, fuck! That's a red flag. Jensen's out. God damn it. Brand new chassis as well. Fucking Grosjean. We're on for a really good double points finish today. I say really good. We're on for like 7th and 8th maybe. That's not going to happen now. Shit. All right, Schumacher. Time to show me what you can do. It's going to have to be hard, I think. That or soft. And I don't think that's going to be the way to go. Yeah. That extra stop makes it unviable. Softs will give me the grip, but I'll have to protect the tyres like crazy to get them there. Hards won't be quick, but they'll be durable, so they'll be much better at the end of the stint. It's going to be hards, I think. All right, all my hopes are now riding on Schumacher, who will resume in P8.
There's a yellow flag now. Here's the replay. So here we are following the Alpine. Not a lot of wiggle room here. And oh, that's obviously far from intentional, but there was contact. And they'll have to pick themselves up after that.
Let's see who gets the penalty.
The team
I get the
glued
feeling it
to
might
the
be Jensen,
monitors
even though
and
I
watching
would
their
say that it
hopes
was
crumble away.
Grosjean not giving us any room that caused that. Yeah, I gotta say that's Grosjean's fault. We are right up against the wall. All right, quick ad break, and then we'll get back underway. Ah, dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. We just cannot catch a break, can we? I've got to go hards. Pretty sure quite a lot of cars will go hards. Some will go mediums. All those who are on softs at the moment will probably go mediums.
A sense of deja vu here as the drivers
There'll be some on
once
hards,
again
I think.
face the countdown. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Yeah, not many. There's a couple. Grosjean have got a penalty. That's good. We're about to get jumped here by Ricciardo. Got Hulkenberg right there as well. We're up against it grip-wise. That's interesting. A lot of people have put another set of softs on. So Webber's gone hard, Raikkonen's gone hard. We're going to get tagged as well again there. Michael. Raikkonen is going to be the first order of the day, but he's all over the back of Webber. Gone softs. Well, I would be struggling in these opening laps. Well, no, I'd be quick in the opening laps, but then I'd be struggling for a while because I'd have to really cool those tyres right down and ease off the pace entirely. It's one of those catch-22s. I did not expect most of the grid to put another set of softs on. Yeah, look, Massa, Vettel, Alonso, Sutil, Pete, Gutierrez, Bianchi. Well, yeah, that makes sense. There's not that many. I mean, Raikkonen can go the distance now. Rosberg probably can't. That's a long way to go on those softs. So it looks as though Ricciardo could possibly go the distance. There's going to be a lot of cars trying to go for another stop here. If I'd known they were going to do that, I would have gone for softs as well. But I did not expect them to do that, because they've all got much better tyre wear than me. So we're going to be up against it now. Because those on the faster tyres are going to be considerably faster than us now. And it's not that long for a pit stop here, because the exit is just as slow as racing, pretty much. So it's 18 seconds for a pit stop here. The pit entry is quite short and quite fast, and the pit exit is very similar speeds to what the grid's doing as well. So yeah, you don't really lose much time here at all. Donato's car gets a little bit worse. I was hoping I could just tag the back of Webber's DRS there. Couldn't quite get close enough. Try and put a little bit of pressure on the back of Webber. Well, there goes Ricciardo. Spinning out, didn't hit the wall, I don't think.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Yeah, nowhere near the wall.
Okay. Alrighty.
Ricciardo definitely said alrighty that time, Michael. He'll get
While
going
all
again.
that was happening, the crew in the...
But near the back of the grid, if not at the back of the grid. There he goes. And that takes some pressure off Schumacher, although it will give Hülkenberg a chance to push up. Already 13 seconds off the lead, so in another 5-6 seconds Alonso's going to have a pit stop on us, and Hülkenberg's on us already. Look, should have just gone aggressive with softs and then a double soft stop. Yeah, the run to turn 3 is an obvious place to use battery to try and get an overtake in, but you've got to have battery to do that, and we don't really, not at the moment. Yeah, using Nexus's mods, you can you'll create a team as Dams or ART or Tremor. I think there's one other one as well. I can't remember what the other one was. Let me have a look on my review templates folder. Van Amersfoort is one. Mods never work for you. Yeah, you've got to put them in and then go to create a new and then you go scroll down through the templates and they replace certain templates, but oh, you play by cloud. Oh, there you are. Get past Hulkenberg in a moment. Start going back after Webber. Halfway point of the race. Hulkenberg's in the wall. There was no contact with us, but we squeezed him and it put him into the wall. There we go. So Leaders are far enough ahead that they can just box and put another set of tyres on. We are going to do that as well. Yet to make a pit stop. We've changed our tyres twice. And they've both been under red flags.
Oh dear, a crash! There's been a crash! Now look, here we head into turn 2. Oh, that's where they hit the wall.
Yeah,
And that's a
just
tough one
outbraked
to
himself.
take for both driver and the car. And look at the team there. They all knew what that moment meant.
We might hear something here.
That sucks real bad.
What a shame. Taking pleasure in other teams' delight, or taking delight in other teams' misfortune, given that we've had a lot of misfortune already. Just in the last 2 races, let alone this season. And you can immediately see quite a lot of cars diving into the pits at the first opportunity. Safety car is out, so we have to do it on this lap, or else we're going to lose the opportunity. We could stay out, but the only car that we would actually gain track position on is Webber, who I don't think he'll stop either. So it kind of doesn't make sense. And the cars behind us are probably going to need to stop. Be ready just in case Webber decides he actually wants to box, in which case I might stay out. There we go, Alonso's in. Nor the leaders are going to do this. Raikkonen will probably stay out. He does. Webber stays out. Cars behind us are going to box. .5 seconds. Come on, let me out. There we go. We're not going to lose track position. It wasn't a great stop, but at least it's a stop on the board.
And down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow one. Now what happened there, Karun?
The Williams team move into their places. Ah, there's been a problem there.
We might have cut a couple of those guys. Actually, even stayed out, given that Webber got through. Now, Webber was it was a few seconds ahead of us. We might have got ahead of Hamilton. Well, he got ahead of Hamilton, I think, but not for very long. We might possibly have got Vettel, but certainly not for very long. And in this way, we stayed where we were, which is P8. But we're now switched on to the optimal tyre for these final laps. onto the back of the grids, or onto the back of the train, sorry, rather than the grid. We've gone way out wide. Really wide. Coming back in again now. Rest of the field still needs to catch up. We're waiting on Bottas, Maldonado, Ricciardo, Chilton, and Bianchi. Five retirements so far. We're going to have enough fuel to go to the end of the Grand Prix, and maybe then some as well. Depends how long we stay out here. Hopefully the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. I hope. I don't want to spend too long behind it. Was he complaining? I didn't see the message. Might have been complaining about the safety car pace. We see that and hear that actually with Hamilton. He's got some audio and he complains about the safety car going too slow. Drivers are generally never happy, you know, queuing up behind the safety car. They prefer to be going faster because they want to keep the heat in their tyres, and they just bleed tyre temp when they're in the safety car. A little bit different in game. It used to be that your tyre temps would absolutely plummet. I mean, vanilla wise they still might do, I'm not sure, but realistic racing keeps them in the window now. They shouldn't overheat and they shouldn't drop out of the window. At least during the safety car period. Caught with a big yawn there. Well, we're not going racing this lap, so we've got another one. Hotter periods of the track. 27 degrees and climbing. It's going to be like that for a little while now, and then it'll cool off. It's going to be warmer in the second half of the race than it was in the first half. We can't be too aggressive with these tyres for sustained periods anyway, otherwise they will start to melt very quickly. there we go. We are going racing again at the end of this lap. We are going to go very aggressive off the restart to see if we can jump a place or two. Hamilton on hard tyres. This should hopefully give us a really good grip launch opportunity. Likewise, we've got the potential, if we can get past Vettel, to jump Massa as well. And we know Webber's going to be the slowest of the cars in front of us. Hoping we can maybe catch him in the braking zone there with him queuing Concertina in front of us. Not quite. All over Webber. Still think we have, and there goes Rosberg. Still think we have the potential for a decent finish, but a yellow flag. Is that contact?
We've got a yellow flag here.
Yeah. Damage to Vettel. Hinding Adrian. Oh, just hit the back of Massa's car there.
And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
There you can see he's missing the end plate on the right-hand side of the front wing, or most of it. There's a tiny little bit still there. Just a little nubbin. That'll hurt his downforce. That'll hurt his cornering speed. And he might even get a penalty for that as well. Nope, gets lucky. Stayed in range there. That was very tight, but we made it. contact does potentially mean that if Vettel has another little knock like that, that might be it for him. It might be out. So Massa's ahead of Webber now. Nice. Very nice. Through we go. Caught him napping there. If we're quick enough, we can get onto Hamilton straight away as well. We won't get past Hamilton, but if Hamilton tries to make a move on Webber, we might be able to follow through on the next lap. We might possibly get Hamilton here. Trying to overcome the DRS and the slipstream, sorry, but we got through. And we catch Webber as well. Go on, son, go on. Get in there, Schumacher. We're up to P5. And now we are out of battery. And we have to calm these tyres down. But we're onto the back of Massa. We've got a pace advantage at the moment because we're on soft and everyone around us is on hards. That will change. For now, let's see if we can make hay while the sun shines. Stay in clean air, so to speak, rather than tucked up right behind a car, but we've got more pace than. Burn whatever we got left, see if we can maybe get Massa. Look at his DRS. Going to be tight. I don't think we're going to do it. Just short. Just short. Webber's going to be there with us again. We're going to slipstream and we might be able to make a run into turn 3. Just couldn't quite get him. Right, harvest. Turn down those tyres. Some really good laps there for Schumacher. P5. We might actually get a board result here, or a result that makes the board go. Not bad. Could we maybe get our first podium of the season? That's probably asking a bit too much, but hell, 4th would be amazing. I'd love to settle for 4th place. the yellow flag. Satil, is that spin? He's going again. Might have been just a lock-up.
There's a yellow flag now.
It was a spin.
Let's have a look at that. Whoa, and around they spin. And that
Indeed.
won't do anything to help those tyres.
This is it. This is our opportunity to get through. We're much closer this time round. Come on, get up the inside. Yes! And through we go. Thank you, Schumacher. Ooh, P4. Happy days. The new upgrades definitely working, but I think the biggest difference in pace in this stint is because we're on the softs. And we still have a way to go on them as well. We still have 26.5 laps to go on these tyres. No, that's not right. 16.5 laps to go. That's a bit more like it. I was going to say. That seemed a bit too extreme. Massa's going to come back at us, but we need to cool the tyres down. We need to try and save a tiny smidge of battery if we can. Hopefully we'll be able to hold him behind. Or if not, at the very least, we'll maybe get a little bit of DRS and try and get him back into turn 3. Raikkonen is overtaken by Alonso. Here comes Massa. He will give us the DRS. And we will take the position back mid-turn and get a clean, unopposed, immediate sprint out of turn 2. There we go. And now Hamilton has rejoined the fight. He might put some pressure on Massa and allow us to just pull away like this. That would be ideal. 5 seconds off the back of Alonso and Raikkonen. It's not impossible we might catch them. It all depends on these next few laps. I just wish I had a bit more battery to try and break away. Track temperature's going back up again. Someone's got a fault. Yankee. Noticed something on my tyre strategy. There we go. Now I can see where I actually am on my tyre wear. Overtaking Raikkonen would be important in the championship. Oh yeah, it would, but not for the reasons you're probably thinking. I'm not worried about the Constructors' Championship so much. I'm more worried about just getting a good result to get the board back up to low confidence. Take some of that immediate pressure off. Alright, if he wants to take the lead for a little bit over us, that's fine. We'll let him do that. We'll charge some battery up. 15 laps to go. Yeah, the longer we stay out on these tyres, the less effective they're going to be in comparison to the hards. the hards will come to the point where they'll be quicker than our tyres, because they'll wear out a lot slower. You can see Massa's upping his pace a little bit. Didn't really want to have to do this, but I cannot risk losing a place to Hamilton as well. We have to go back after Felipe Massa. I'm just going to have to try and stay behind him for a couple of laps, try and harvest as best we can. There we go, we're back in the DRS zone. Try and harvest as much battery as we can, and then try and break away from him and see if we can maybe sprint like crazy to get after Raikkonen and Alonso. While they're still close, they're going to be squabbling, and that will potentially keep them slower than their ultimate pace. Middle sector where we struggle. You see Massa starting to edge away from us again. Hamilton putting us under pressure does not help. Let's go hard with the tyres. See if we can maybe claw back some time in the acceleration zones, given that we have a really good accelerating car, without having to burn the battery, which we're trying desperately to try and rebuild. We might have just stole the DRS there. Yes, we did. Yeesh. Fantastic. One other thing to remember as well with Raikkonen is that he's got the best tyre wear on the grid, like 92%, something like that. Somehow Kimi follows Alonso. How do you mean? He's not been on those tyres that long compared to everybody else. Alonso's tyres will be fresher. They're not massively fresher. And Alonso is the best driver in the game in this mod. Come on, Schumacher. Give it everything you've got now for the rest of this lap. I want to break away from Massa and Hamilton. Well, you haven't got much battery, but you got some. And we were being potentially held up a little bit. Where we need that extra battery, we don't have it. You think slipstream DRS is what's happening, Raikkonen? No, I mean the Lotus is a really strong car at the moment. Raikkonen is a solid driver. He's not the best, but he's still a very, very strong driver, and their tyre wear is best on the grid. So, you know, he can afford to be aggressive with the tyres and not suffer as much as some of the drivers. As Hamilton gets through, he's going to try and make the move on me as well now, isn't he? So you two keep fighting. Let me try and get some battery in my car. Door. Thank you. You're going to have to just sandbag for a couple of laps like this to try and get the battery to a healthy enough point to sprint away and stay away. It just means that we are losing our opportunity to go after Kimi. And don't forget the durability of hard tyres. While they're not amazingly quick, they're so durable around this circuit that you can really push them hard. And if you've got excellent tyre cooling, tyre wear brake cooling, like the Lotus does, then the overheating impact is severely negated, or strongly negated. Oh no, we just gave Massa DRS. But he did not get a good launch, so he had to tuck back in behind us. That's good. Allowed Vettel to catch up as well, because we're really kidding our pace at the moment to get this battery refilled. Let's see if I can survive one more lap. Hopefully I can. Don't have enough to have a sustained breakaway yet. This time we might be in trouble. No, not yet. Schumacher's defensive driving skills coming to the fore. Now we're going to go for it. Now I've got enough time and battery to try and sprint away. And crucially, Hamilton is right on the back of Massa, which will make Massa have to be more cautious in the corners. Hey, Tony. There we go. We've got our breakaway. Now we need to sustain it and hope that Massa and Hamilton keep fighting and don't... and Hamilton just breeze past Massa here. Evening, Johnny. Chilton with the faults. It's not terminal. There's Massa and Hamilton fighting. And we've got a 2-second gap. Right, let's see what we can do with a bit of clean air. What happened to Button? Grosjean happened to Button. Yeah, Grosjean put them in the wall. Took them both out. I don't think we're going to have enough pace left in our tyres now to actually close the gap to Raikkonen. But hopefully we can at least stay comfortably clear of Massa and Hamilton and Vettel and Webber. Massa's closing. He's definitely using battery to close in that quickly. I don't have any battery left to fight with either. This is so frustrating. When you don't have a top car, it's so hard to break away here. You can manage it, but you can't sustain it. And that's what we're seeing here. So let's go back into full-on harvest. Let's go into full defense again. Let's really calm the tyres down again. We'll settle for fourth. Fourth would be an excellent result. Yankees' car gets a little bit worse. But his pace to Chilton's been a lot more comparable today. Ooh. Someone's in the wall. It's Maldonado.
Here we've got a yellow flag. Let's see what happened there. Right, we're
Is this
taking
a race-ending
the
yellow
second
flag? Yeah, escalated.
Oh, and a fairly substantial crash there. And that won't do their confidence.
That might go
any
VSC.
good.
Ah, damn it, he's still going. VSC would have been lovely. These next few laps are going to be really, really, really uncomfortable. God, look at them all lining up, swarming behind, trying to get position on each other. We've got a fault developing for Ricardo.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a...
Go away, Crofty. Yeah, I've given up on going after Kinney. I want to secure 4th place. I mean, that is the best result we will have had for a very long time. Let me check the editor real quick. Check our last time we got that high. We had 4th in Saudi Arabia. Schumacher's best finish so far this season has been 6th. That 4th was Jensen. I think, or was it maybe the other way around? It might be the other way around. Maldonado into the pits for a new front wing. I think. Yes. Yeah, so it was Jensen who got a P4 in Saudi Arabia. He had a P5 in Canada, P6 in Belgium, a P7 in Singapore. Schumacher's best result has been 6th in China, Bahrain, Spain, 6th again in Canada. So we haven't had a 4th place since the beginning of the season. And Schumacher's never finished above 6th place. New upgrades have worked. If we can just get that front wing to settle in nicely and boost our low speed performance as well, that in combination with our excellent acceleration and our revised top speed means that we might actually have a car capable of top 6 finishes a bit more consistently. Issue for Gutierrez. 9. Hamilton's going to be a tougher prospect to defend against than Massa. now almost a pit stop behind Kimi Raikkonen. Oh, Massa's out. Massa is out. Or is he? Is he damaged and still able to carry on?
Now this happened as they arrived at turn 12
He's understeered out of 12.
and ends up in the wall. Now I imagine their confidence will have taken a knock.
I think he can carry on. He can.
We've got a yellow flag here.
It's just us and Hamilton now. There's Vettel and Webber in the background. Massa is not in shot yet. As we go past one of the Williams drivers there, I think that was Maldonado. Massa's in the pits. New front wing. New soft tyres. Might not finish in the points as Ricciardo gets past Charles Pic for that final point. Pic not wanting to give it up yet. Caterham could be on for a point today. It's just kind of crazy. Yeah, Massa's not going to get a point. He's too far behind. And he has some structural damage to the car. Toro Rosso with both cars in the points now. Oh, hello, someone else is in the barrier. Is that Alonso?
There's a yellow flag.
No, it's just been for Gutierrez. It's just Alonso looked slow.
Oh, all right so far.
Alonso looked slow out of turn
round
2.
they go. And once it started, they were pretty powerless to do anything.
I was like, has Alonso just done what Massa did? But no, he didn't. Unfortunately. Don't worry about Lewis, just push and hope that we can break away. I may well revise that instruction in a moment. We'll see whether we can drop him before the end of the lap. We're going to have just enough spare fuel, look. Come on. Come on, Schumi. Break the chain. Break the DRS zone. So close. Come on. Don't let him get in range. Don't let him get a toe. I'm edging forward on my seat now here. Come on, son. Just together for one more lap, please. As much as I want to tell him to ease off, I daren't with Hamilton so close. Cannot risk giving Hamilton a sniff of DRS at the end of the lap, or else he will probably get us before the line. Come on, Michael, you got this. You got this. He is into the top 10. And that's because of Gutierrez's spin. Caterham are going to get a point today if they can keep Valtteri at bay. Valtteri's got soft tyres and he's just about in DRS range. Rosberg wins. Alonso is second. It will be Kimi Raikkonen in third.
Mercedes there, picking up the win.
A result like that absolutely speaks to all
You
the
can see
hard
the
work
Nico
they put
branding
into their
on the
career.
side
Just
at the bottom of the
phenomenal.
helmet. Raikkonen crosses the line, P3. Schumacher going for P4. Don't run out of fuel now, for God's sake. Don't run out of fuel. Don't run out of fuel. Yes! Oh, man. Best result since Jeddah, which was round 2, which was technically Malaysia. Whew. The upgrades have worked. I don't know how long they're going to work for before the rest of the grid catches up again. But that's a good result. Helped in no uncertain terms by Jensen's retirement, ironically, because that allowed us to change our tyre strategy. Was it Jensen's retirement or was it Hulkenberg's crash? Might have been Hulkenberg's crash. It was Hulkenberg's crash that allowed us to do that. That allowed us to come in and put the softs on under that safety car. Whew, what a result. Did Peak hang on? He did. Caterham have got their first point of the season. What a race. It's a shame that we lost Jensen. But a P4 with the new objectives might just, you know, stop the board from catcalling, and it might reduce it to a minor grumble.
Put in a great performance today.
There wasn't too much expectation on them today, but they fought hard and found themselves in the points.
Pure elation there as the driver regroups with a team that worked so hard to see this moment. Now, Karun, with that result in mind, what would they be feeling like down at McLaren?
Relieved
It
as
was a
fuck.
strangely mixed weekend.
Is the answer.
We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the others. Definitely positives there, though.
I would argue they both put in strong
Well, everybody,
performances. It's
that's
just
all
one of
from
them
us
got
here
taken
in
out by
Baku.
Next
Grosjean.
round will see us head east as F1 prepares for the Japanese Grand Prix. We'll see you at Suzuka, a
Suzuka
firm
next. That's
favourite for
not
the
going to be
drivers.
kind. That's not a circuit that's going to suit us at all. There we go, though. Confirmation of the final result. Nico Rosberg with his second win of the season, I think. Alonso in second. Raikkonen in third. Schumacher up 9 places to take fourth. And 12 big points there. Hamilton in 5th. Vettel 6th. Webber 7th. Red Bull not really at the races at all today. Just no real pace for them. 8th for Verne. 9th for Ricciardo. So Toro Rosso getting 2 cars in the points. And Charles Pic up from 19th on the grid to get the first point of the season for Caterham. He finished ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Then it was Gutierrez, Sutil, Massa, Chilton, Bianchi, and Maldonado. Hulkenberg, Button, Grosjean, Van der Garde, and De Resta all retiring from this race. So let's take a look at the driver standings. Vettel still top, 8 points tonight, puts him on 292. Rosberg, with his win, moves a fair bit closer, 17 points closer, but I think the title is almost done and dusted. Not quite mathematically done yet, but still in with a very strong chance of wrapping it up in the next race or two. The gap is 95 points, so yeah, pretty big gap. Alonso is in third with 182 points, 15 behind Rosberg now, after losing out 7 points today. Webber in fourth has 164, with Hamilton just 2 points behind on 162. Raikkonen with 137. No points for Massa. He stays on 68. And Schumacher's fourth place gives him 12 points and moves him up 2 places ahead of Grosjean and Button. Neither drivers scoring points for obvious reasons. Button 1 point ahead of Grosjean, 58 to 57. Then we have Hulkenberg with 11 points. De Resta with 10, 4 points for Gutierrez. Also on 4 points now and up 3 places. Jean-Eric Verne with his first points of the season. Ricciardo picks up another couple of points. He moves up above Valtteri as well. He's on 3 points. 2 points for Bottas, a point apiece for Sutil and Charles Pic, who moves up to 18th. And now just a couple of drivers left to score. Chilton, Maldonado, Bianchi and Van der Garde, who could well have had points today had he not crashed very early on. In the constructor standings, it is just 14 points for Red Bull. The gap has come down. It's 97 points now. Mercedes picking up 35 points today. Strong result for them. Keeps their hopes of stealing the Constructors' Championship at the end alive just a little bit longer. Ferrari are 109 points behind Mercedes. They're on 250. Lotus on 194. We're up to 119 now. We're very much safe from Sauber, but yeah, still lost 3 points to Lotus today. Sauber have 15. Force India with 11. Toro Rosso now have 7 points. Then it's Williams with 2. And Caterham have 1. Marussia now the only team not to score and highly unlikely to do so this year. In terms of pit stops, we made 1 stop. It wasn't a particularly good stop. It was just good enough for a point. Mercedes got the quickest stop. Both Ferraris scoring well today here. Mercedes also getting 4th as well. They need the points because they've been struggling all year with their pit crew. Marussia gets some pit stop points and Caterham as well. Then it's Williams, Toro Rosso and Red Bull. So the standings look like this. Ferrari jump up to the top spot. They are on 213 points now. 5 points behind is Red Bull with 208. We are third with 200, so not too far away from the top, but down to third place. Force India in 4th, no points this weekend, sees them stay on 152. Caterham now at 144, closing that gap back up again. Then it's Williams with 137. Huge points for Mercedes, sees them move up into 7th with 112, 2 clear of Toro Rosso, who have 110. Sauber with 56. 10 more points for Marussia, moves them off the bottom of the table. They're up to 42 points in 10th place now. And Caterham slipped to the bottom. Lotus slipped to the bottom. They're on 40 points, 2 behind. And they see our one and only pit stop. Our first round of stops were under a red flag. Second stop was under a red flag as well. And then we made a pit stop, and that was Jensen's retirement, that second red flag. And then we made a stop under that Hulkenberg safety car to get a time on the board. And we get money from Schumacher, but we get nothing from Jensen. So that's a shame. We could have really done with that cash. But hey, I'll take the points. I'll definitely take the points. All right. We have a spare suspension, which we're going to need because we just broke one. We're going to need to make more of them. And there we are, back at HQ. We have only 4 days until Suzuka, so chassis-wise, we're going to be in trouble again. Let's take a look. We'll dive into the inbox first of all. We've got something purple. Ben Barnacote is going to stay with us. Yay. We'll confirm that hire. There we go. Keep him around for another season. Post-race data. Let's see. So we lost a front wing through wear and tear, and then a destroyed chassis and a destroyed suspension. Not ideal. Oh, and the gearbox is dead. But we've got plenty of gearboxes for Jensen, so that's not too bad. Unfortunately, though, I think that was his brand new engine, wasn't it? So that's really not good. And the ERS took a massive whack. That was at like 70% still, I think. So that's lost quite a bit of performance. But we've got another one. So not overly concerned about that. It's just a shame we lost so much of the engine, unfortunately. Let's see what we can do to fix the car. Can we fix the car? We have that one spare suspension there. Chassis though, can't fix that. Have to roll back to a Mark III because we don't have a Mark IV left either. Yeah, we are very, very short on parts at the moment, aren't we? Let's fix up Michael's car. There we go. So no front wing spares either. Ugh. When's the new front wing ready? Oh, it's still a mile off, look. Because the design center's on fire and it's shut down, that's why. Fuck. Right. Moment of truth time. Do we think the board might actually be begrudgingly happy with that result? They might be, that's alright. Or are they still going to be disappointed? What do you think? We're about to find out. Yes! We got us satisfied. That's our best result from the board all season. It's just a shame that we're still at lost confidence. But the turnaround might continue. We might be able to get them away from lost confidence and possibly get them back into low confidence. And that would save us. We are running out of races, though. We've only got 5 rounds of the championship left. So the next round tomorrow will be Suzuka, and then after that we go to Mexico City, which is our stand-in for the Indian Grand Prix. Then we've got the Yas Island, Yas Marina Circuit for Abu Dhabi, Kota for the United States Grand Prix, and Sao Paulo to finish the season in Brazil. So just 5 rounds of the championship to go. I don't know if any of those are going to be particularly favourable for us. So we still have an awful lot of work to do here. We are once again going to be praying, I think, for retirement safety cars and all that good stuff from everybody around us to try and steal some extra positions. But at least we have got a fighting chance now. Let's take a look at what we're building. Another chassis that's not due for 6 days, so we're not going to have that in time for the Grand Prix, which is a real shame. So that's going to be a replacement for number 2, and then we'll have a spare. Can't really afford to make any more of those yet. We've got a spare side pod coming. It's now too late to cancel that without losing the money that we spent to make it. We need more wings. And if I can just afford it, I need a suspension as well, don't I? I can just afford it. There we go. Yeah. Losing a car doesn't just cost us the loss of sponsor money, but it also limits our that in turn limits our ability to manufacture replacement parts. But of course, losing a car also removes parts that we then have to make. It's just a horrible, nasty situation that, you know, you end up losing a load of parts, and then the money that you would normally get to actually make those parts or make replacements for those parts leaves you in a horrible, horrible situation. But there we go. It is what it is, I suppose. At least the board is starting to crack a little bit, a little faint hint of a smile at our performances. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's advanced time. We will have a spare front wing going into Suzuka. Let's dive into the inbox. Oh, it's going to be hot. It's going to be a 2-stop then. What are the temperatures looking like? 28 degrees. That is quite warm. And the dirty air is going to really push those temps up. Yeah, not sure what we're going to do. Probably soft, medium, medium. AI will probably go soft, medium, soft. Might even see a medium hard. It's just a one-stop strategy. But it'll be soft, medium, medium at minimum, I think, for us. We may even have to go soft, hard, medium, or soft, medium, hard. We'll see what the actual temperature spikes look like. But that is tomorrow's Grand Prix, and that will be our final race of the week. Hopefully, we can keep the results coming and get both cars across the line in a good position to really please the board. We are so close to being able to rescue this season and stay around for next season. And next season, we can definitely start low with lower expectations from the board, touch wood, and then really push on and try and turn the car around so that when we get the big reg changes at the end of next season, we can be in a position to really challenge for our third season. That's the plan. I was hoping that maybe we could challenge next year, but I just don't think that's going to be possible. I think we're going to be overly reliant on turning things around at the end of season 2 to have any chance of getting that championship for Schumacher. So there we go. If you have enjoyed tonight's race and you haven't already done so, give us a thumbs up. It definitely helps both the channel and my mood. Cheers me up to see some happy people. And then if you haven't hit the subscribe button, then why not consider hitting that subscribe button as well. And click on the bell for notifications if you are subscribed to make sure that you do know when the live streams start. We will be back tomorrow, usual time, 8 p.m. for the next Grand Prix. And then might even have a little delivery tomorrow during the day to potentially show off a couple of things that will take part of the set dressing around me, if you can really call it set dressing, or a set for that matter. But we will no doubt look at maybe trying to do an actual unboxing video over the weekend. I have never done an unboxing video before, so that could be a fun experience for all of us. It could be a fun experience for me trying to figure out how to actually make one of those videos and not make it terrible, and it could be a fun experience for you to watch it and see how much I suck at doing it. We'll see. But yeah, there we go. That's it for tonight. Hope you've enjoyed everything. If you have, as I say, give us a like. Share the video with friends as well. Let's see if we can get some more people in to watch these streams. And I'll be back at the usual time, 8 p.m. tomorrow for round 15. Yes, round 15. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I will see you all again very soon.